This guy's good. You know him from BravoTV's $1 Million Listing in New York, but he also is the author of The Sell, The Secrets of Selling Anything to Anyone. Fredrik Eklund, it is an honor to have you on Public Broadcasting. How you doing?
I'm good, I'm good.
My wife, Jennifer, watches you every week, Thursday, 9 o'clock, loves you on Bravo.
Tonight.
And by the way, stop complaining about how cold our studio is.
It is very cold in here.
Where you're originally from Sweden.
I'm from Sweden.
So you should be used to this.
But there's something about me being Swedish which is unusual. I don't like the cold.
You don't?
So actually, one of the reasons I moved away from Sweden is to get away from the cold, and then I moved here to New York, which is not so warm. And your studio is
Well, it's 80 degrees outside here in May of 2016, and it's 54 degrees here. Yes. I'm sorry, I apologize.
No, it's okay.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Listen, how much we'll talk about the book in a second. How much do you love this series?
The series is amazing. It's been 6 years of full-time filming, and we film 9 months a year. So I'm always in we're always in production, and I've always loved the format because, you know, it's a real estate show. People tune in because of the expensive real estate, but I think what makes it very interesting is the people behind it. So you have these very shrewd sellers, somewhat cheap buyers sometimes, and then you have us trying to make it all work in the middle.
These guys you're with?
Who, Luis and Ryan?
Yeah, those guys.
Oh, those two. Oh, yeah. They're fine. They're fine. They're okay.
How'd they get you together? How'd they decide you're the guys?
Well, you know the story, right?
No, tell me the story.
So I don't know about the two of them, but for me, how'd they get you?
I don't care about them. How'd they get you?
Basically, I was a real estate broker in New York City, and I realized to become like a top broker, I had to get myself on television, I thought at the time. Because you can send mailers all day long, you can go knock on people's doors, you can try to do all these sorts of things, but how do you reach like millions of eyeballs? And you can say whatever you want about reality television or Fredrik on television, but I thought if I could get myself on television, people would see that I love real estate, and I do anything for my clients, and I move mountains for my clients. I mean, you might not like all my antics and my personality, and that's fine, but you'll see that I love real estate. So anyway, I got a little pilot done called The $1 Billion Broker with a friend of mine who owned a production company. And then we got a meeting with Bravo and Andy Cohen.
You sat with Andy, who sat right in that chair just not too long ago?
Yes.
Did he connect right away with you and say, you're our guy?
Well, no, the pilot, and I think that's the funny part of the story, the pilot was really bad. The idea was probably really bad too, but what they all laughed, all the executives, but they said, this guy, Fredrik, you know, when we are ready to do something in New York, we're going to call you. And this was like 2005 or something. So anyway, for me, it was a big disappointment. I didn't get my own show. I didn't get a real estate show on Bravo. But then one day, like 4 years later, they called and said, we're going to do a show called $1 Million Listing New York, a spin-off from the LA version, and we would love to have you on it. So I was never really casted in a way. They had me in mind from the beginning, yeah.
It's interesting. You're so comfortable on camera. You're so confident.
Oh, really?
On camera.
I feel a little bit nervous right now with all these.
Cut it out. Growing up as a kid in Sweden, were you so confident and comfortable with yourself in public?
Well, I wasn't really in public as a kid. I mean, my dad...
performed. Where you were in plays, were you out speaking?
Yeah,
some kids do that stuff.
Yeah, a little bit of that, yeah. I think when I was a kid, sure, I used to dress up. I used to be on stage in school. I liked theater. Yes, all of those things. But then I think when I moved first to New York, I was in real estate. I wasn't at all the guy you see on television, the guy right now. I was very... I locked myself down, up, and I was very nervous to be the eccentric sort of big personality I am today. Because I thought if I was saying, I was from Sweden, I didn't have any experience, all of the things, my high kick, all the things that I am today, I thought...
Excuse me for interrupting. You can't just go past high kicking like that.
What do you mean?
You said high kicking and people didn't even hear you.
You want a high kick now?
You think I don't know what...
Yeah, I've always been. Since I was a little kid, I've been doing that crazy kick, and I think that...
Explain it.
Oh, it came about, I was probably like 4 or 5 years old when I started doing it. To me, it's very authentic to who I am, and people laugh at it. People think it's stupid. People think it's funny. I do it when I'm sad. I do it when I'm happy. I do it when I do a deal. I do it in front of celebrity clients. I do it all, I do it all the time.
It's you.
Yes, but that's my point. When I first moved to New York, I didn't do that high kick because I thought I would get fired. So when you ask me, have you always been so comfortable or confident? And the answer is definitely no, because real estate is very traditional and serious and conservative and you're not supposed to do those things and sell $1 billion a year. So yes.
You recently sold a pretty. I can see your cold. Could you get this guy something like hot chocolate or something?
It's okay.
You recently sold a pretty big listing. How big? Come on, guys. Give me the numbers.
I said a lot all the time.
32.
Oh,
point.
that one.
Oh, stop with it. See, now you're baiting me because you know what I'm talking about.
No, I didn't. Okay.
$32.5 million.
That was the asking price. Yeah, I mean, yes, it was the largest deal in New York 2 weeks ago. Yes.
Yeah, and your commission on that is,
like
a few dollars.
3%.
It's not bad.
But
here's the thing. How much does money motivate you versus real estate and the art of selling real estate? How much is it? Is money versus the beauty of real estate?
Well, that's a very good question, and I've gotten it a lot. And I've asked myself that a lot of times. And
because I don't get paid to do this, I just love the art. I'm joking.
I think listen. I think if you're truly driven by money, you wake up in the morning, you're like, I'm gonna make money today. I say all power to you. I don't think that's a bad thing. No, that's not me. I mean, I would probably finish the school I went to because I dropped out of school in Sweden. I moved to New York. It wasn't to make money. I've always followed my own dreams. I have not, I would become a hedge fund manager in London or something if I was driven by money. I think real estate, I deal with money. I deal with people's money. It's the biggest transaction of people's lives, and sometimes it's a lot of money. But I think to answer your question, what drives me is the deal. And the negotiation, and I get a high when I make the impossible work, and the people behind the deals. That's really what makes it interesting. The money, is secondary.
Fredrik, what are you doing giving away your secrets in this book? What are you doing? Why are you telling them the keys to the the deal?
Because I feel like I'm really old. I've been in real estate 13 years. I was number 1 3 years in a row. It was time to write something and put it together and really share it. Because
3 keys to successful real estate, or selling. Forget about anything. Forget about real estate. 3 keys to successful selling.
Number 1, to be authentic, because I think that, and going back to in the beginning of New York real estate, when I came, I wasn't me. And I think if you're trying to sell anything, people need to see who you really are. That's trust, right? And therefore, it can be kind of good to be a little bit elevated, but you're still you. And this show has been amazing like that, because it kind of forced me as well to, you can't wear any masks because you're filming 9 months. I've been humiliated, I've been crying, I lost so much on that show. I won a lot, but in the end of the day, I think you watch the show and you see, hopefully, that I'm a real guy. You know what I mean? A big heart, a real guy.
Absolutely.
And that's really helpful to sell anything. Then I always say that the boring answer to become successful in real estate is to work harder.
Don't give me a boring answer. Give me a real answer.
No, but this is the truth, because the problem with the show, too, people maybe think it look easy, and you have this amazing career in New York, but
what don't they see?
What they don't see, maybe, is, and I'm including that in this season, I feel a lot of guilt because I left my family in Sweden. I feel like I've given up on a lot of things that other people might have that I don't have. I'm trying to have a family. I work all the time. I get to the office sometimes before anyone else and leave before other people. And, lately I've been affording to do some lavish vacations, but for many years, about a decade, all I did was to work. So I'm saying the unglamorous true answer is you have to work really, really super hard.
Your husband, Derek.
Yes. You're so serious.
I am so, because I'm fascinated by relationships, too.
Okay.
I'm fascinated by how the heck you can be so successful in your professional life and still pull off the other part.
Well, it's not easy, you know that.
And never easy. But the two of you in the opening of this, right?
Yes.
The opening of this series talked about a very personal part of your life, trying to have a child.
Yes.
Why did you choose to do that?
Because I think it's who I am, and I think I already answered in a different way. I sell real estate. I sell a lot of it, but you know, I'm not gonna at this point. I'm not gonna play any roles. It's just, you know, it's me. And what we went through, this was last summer when we started filming, was very, very difficult. And I was going in to start filming season 5 of this show, and I knew as soon as I sat down in the chair and was interviewed, I was gonna break down. I just knew. So I had 2 choices. One was not to do, I guess, the season or not be on television, because how am I not going to include that such an important part of my life? It was consuming me, and it broke me in 1,000 pieces. And I'm still, you know, trying to get through it. And yeah, I had to be honest. And I think that's, you know, with everything I do in my life, I want to be honest about it. So yeah,
you want a family, don't you? I'm sorry for interrupting. You want a family.
Yes, I want nothing else. I mean, nothing more, I should say, than a family. Yes, I do. Really a lot.
It strikes me you'd be a great dad.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And
I feel warmer now. I'm not even cold anymore.
You know why?
No?
Because
we talked about kids.
We talked about kids. And PBS has the ability to warm your heart. You like that?
I like that.
You like I just said that?
No, I like it. That's the tagline.
Yeah, PBS, warm your heart. Now, please give.
Yes.
Hey, tell everybody when the show airs.
Thursdays, 9 p.m. on Bravo. And then it goes to like 140-something countries. It's crazy.
One more quick question. I wrote my book. It's called Lessons in Leadership, which you're going to be buying.
I'm buying it now.
I know you will. So you ready?
I'm ready.
I ask great leaders who come in here, the number one lesson they learned about leadership is?
Be a good friend.
Wow.
No, I mean, can I elaborate?
Go,
okay,
real
so
quick.
like I have my own company in Sweden and I have 55-something employees, and I always say to them, like, I'm a weird leader that way. I'm like a mascot. I'm their friend. We travel together, take them to dinners. I've never believed in a leadership that, if anything, just like give love. It's like a boomerang. It comes back. I truly believe that. But then, of course, everybody's on commission too. So maybe, you know, I'm a different leader that way too.
Well, you're terrific at what you do, and you're a great guest. And we wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you so much.
Stay right there.
Okay, I won't move.
You'll get warm after this. Fredrik Eklund is the author of The Sell, The Secrets of Selling Anything to Anyone. New York Times bestseller. Good stuff. You're welcome at public television anytime. Stay with us. We're right back.
Thank you.
That was fun.
That was fun.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by RWJ Barnabas Health, Valley National Bank, Berkeley College, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, New Jersey Sharing Network, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, and by the law firm of Gibbons PC. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.